Hello and welcome to another edition of What's Sold on eBay. Here are some of the things I sold on eBay from September 1st to September 7th of 2018. The first item is this Lafayette 148 blouse. Now, this blouse went for $26, and what I really like about this is, if you remember from previous episodes, I told you how I purchased a large bulk of clothing. So I had no idea what was in it, but this was one of the items. I thought it was going to be worth around $25 to $30, so I priced it a little bit higher. I ended up getting 26, so very happy about that. Next is this Tommy Bahama tank top. This tank top is new with tags, and it went for $22, but this took me a long time to sell. I had a bunch of these, and they seemed to be extremely unpopular, but I just kept relisting them and reshooting them. Actually, this one, if you're watching the video, it's an older shot, but eventually everything goes, so just be patient. Another item that took a long time to sell is this Nike V-neck t-shirt, sort of like a jersey type of feel to it. This one went for $21. This is one of my older items as well, and over time things just end up selling. Next is this Nike polo shirt with a Mercedes-Benz logo on it. This one sold for $27, and this item I actually purchased on Poshmark. I paid $3, I believe, plus Poshmark's $6.49 shipping. And the only reason I bought it was because in order to become a Poshmark ambassador, you needed to make a purchase and leave a love note for the seller. So I thought, okay, this is something I can maybe make my money back. So paid about just under $10 for it, and then I resold it for $27 by just taking better photos, and I also described it better. There was a snag in the just below that logo, and the other seller, they never mentioned anything to me, but I didn't really care. I just relisted it, disclosed it, and I sold it for more. Next is this Philadelphia Eagles jersey. Now, this jersey I've had for a long time as well. It's sold for $28. I was a little disappointed because I thought this jersey was going to sell during Super Bowl time last year when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, but it didn't. My other Eagle stuff sold, but this jersey in particular did not sell. So when you're out sourcing and you find NFL stuff, it's a good idea to buy it, because you never know when that team is going to end up in the Super Bowl, and when they do, you're probably going to sell off all of your merchandise for that particular team. Next is this Airwalk t-shirt. This sold for $16. This is a really old item as well, and this is one of those items that I was just like, why would I have purchased this? How much could it have possibly cost new? It's not that strong of a brand, so it took a long time to sell. I had to keep lowering the price. But getting $16 for this t-shirt, I think, is pretty good. Good ROI on a t-shirt, especially for such a, I don't want to say weak brand, but it's not a strong brand, that's for sure. Next is this Masters, looks like it's a sweater. It has some silk and cashmere in it as well. So I only sold this for $23. I thought I'd be able to get more for it. I did have a lot of interest in it, so eventually I just took a best offer and gave someone a good deal. But Master stuff usually does well. I sell a lot of the polos, but I find that the polos take me a little while to sell, especially at the prices that I'm trying to get. I try to get higher prices, but this is a unique sweater that I've never seen before, so I bought it and it sold pretty quickly. Next is this Canada Goose hat. This hat, I believe Adam bought it locally for about $20, and we bought it towards the end of the winter, so had to wait. I actually don't remember when this sold. We bought it around April, and I guess it sold September, so someone's gearing up for the winter. So we got $70 for this on a $20 purchase, so pretty good return there. Next is this Torrid shirt. It's new with tags and sold it for $24. So I had never heard of Torrid, But the reason I learned about Torrid is I watch a lot of other sellers on Instagram and on YouTube, and I follow them on eBay as well to see what is in there sold. So you can learn a lot by doing that, and I highly recommend doing it. Next is this Denver Broncos t-shirt. This sold for $18. This one took a long time too. This is one of my older items. If you're watching the video, you can tell from the photo. And these shirts are they're in a beer, a case of beer, so they're given for free in a case of beer. But you can resell them for anywhere from $10 to $20 usually. So things that are free, people are still willing to pay for. Next is this Mark by Marc Jacobs shirt. This one sold for $26. It went pretty quick. Start time was July 30th. Sold it beginning of September. So I usually have trouble selling Marc Jacobs, which is kind of strange. It retails for a lot, but it doesn't resell for a lot, especially Mark by Mark. So to flip this quickly for $26 is pretty good. Next is this Tommy Bahama sweatshirt. This one sold for $30, which I thought was good for a Tommy Bahama item. Usually these days we're getting less and less for Tommy Bahama as the market becomes more and more saturated. So it took a little while, but sold for $30, so that's a pretty good ROI. Last item I want to mention is this Polo Ralph Lauren golf shirt. Again, this is one of my older items, and if you're watching this video, you can see from the photo, it's a terrible photo. This took a long time to sell. Got $21 for it, which is decent, but it just shows, you got to be patient, and it's always a great idea to end items and relist them, probably at a lower price. You can see if you're watching the video, the price, the original price is $33.51, which got marked down by 20%, but that's an odd number. It's just because I decreased the price by, I think, 5 or 10%. I just kept doing it. Eventually it went. So always a good idea to end and sell similar, or even just decrease your prices. You're going to sell the item. Be patient. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.